All right, get ready, because today we're going to take a deep dive into Kesoram Industries,
Kesoram Industries.
an Indian company
Yeah.
that's involved in a lot of stuff, from rayon to chemicals,
You name it.
very diverse. And their most recent quarterly results
Oh, yeah.
have really got investors and analysts talking and scratching their heads.
Absolutely.
So we're going to figure out why.
Let's do it.
And we have got a ton of information
Oh, good.
straight from the horse's mouth.
Kesoram themselves.
Kesoram themselves.
Yeah.
We've got financial statements, audit reports, even internal notes about potential podcast questions.
Wow.
So consider us your inside source here,
Yeah.
guiding you through this financial maze.
Unraveling the mysteries.
Exactly.
I think one of the most interesting things here is that Kesoram is going through a massive transformation.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to be looking for clues in these documents to understand what their strategy is, what challenges they're facing, and what the future holds for them. It's really like piecing together a puzzle.
Okay, I love that. Yeah.
One financial statement at a time.
All right, let's start with their standalone results for the quarter ending December 31st, 2024.
Okay.
Total income of 524.83 crore. Expenses of euro 507.71 crore. And they had a loss before tax.
Okay.
But what caught my eye was this exceptional item
Yes.
of 63.75 crore.
That's interesting. What is that all about?
What is that all about?
Well, that exceptional item is tied to Kesoram's investment in its subsidiary Signet Industries Limited.
Signet.
So they had to do what's called an impairment analysis. Meaning they had to adjust the value of their investment because Signet's value decreased.
Okay.
And here's the thing. This is the second time they've had to write down their investment in Signet.
Oh.
So that's kind of a red flag.
2 impairments.
Yeah, 2 impairments in a row raises some serious questions.
It makes you wonder what's going on over there.
Yeah, what are they hiding?
Exactly.
Definitely warrants further investigation.
Yeah.
To get a more complete picture of how Kesoram's doing, we need to look at what are called the consolidated results.
Consolidated?
Which includes all of their subsidiaries.
Okay, so that's the bigger picture.
The bigger picture, exactly.
I bet those consolidated statements tell a more interesting story.
They do.
What are we seeing there?
Well, we're seeing continued losses.
Okay.
An even larger exceptional item.
Oh.
And most importantly, there's a section called discontinued operations.
Discontinued operations?
Yeah, what's being discontinued.
That sounds ominous.
This is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The discontinued operations refers to Kesoram's cement business,
Cement.
which they are in the process of spinning off in a demerger.
Head on.
Essentially, they're creating a separate company
A demerge.
for their cement operations.
That's a huge move.
Yeah, huge move.
Why would they do that?
Well, there could be several reasons why a company would choose to demerge. Sometimes they do it to streamline their operations, to focus on their core strengths, or maybe even just unlock value for shareholders.
Okay.
In this case, it appears that Kesoram is trying to do just that. Back in November 2023, they approved a scheme to demerge the cement business.
Okay.
And there's a major player involved, Ultratech Cement Limited.
Ultratech Cement, they're a giant.
Yeah, a giant in the industry.
Wow.
And so this is a significant development that likely has a major impact on the financials that we're seeing.
Okay, so this is like a high-stakes corporate drama, huh?
Yeah, it is.
So how is the cement business actually doing?
Yeah.
Before the demerger?
So the detailed breakdown we have in our sources shows that the cement business generated 2,398.41 crore in revenue.
Okay, so a lot.
But they still incurred a loss before tax of 153.39 crore.
They had a loss even with that much revenue.
Yeah. That's rough.
So maybe separating the cement business is Kesoram's way of admitting it was a problem child.
Deal with it.
Right, exactly.
Maybe Ultratech can manage it better.
So before we move on, I want to circle back to that mysterious Signet Industries.
Yes.
What's the deal with Signet?
The subsidiary with the shrinking value. And a curious lack of transparency.
Why weren't their financials reviewed by an independent auditor like Kesoram's consolidated statements?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Seems kind of strange.
It is unusual for a subsidiary of a major company like this to not have its financials independently audited. And it raises some questions about the reliability and transparency of their financial reporting.
Right. It's not reassuring.
It's not.
It makes me wonder if there's something they're trying to hide.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility of financial mismanagement or worse?
It's important to acknowledge the potential for issues.
Right.
But we have to be careful not to jump to conclusions
Okay.
without more information.
Yeah.
It's possible that there's a perfectly valid explanation.
Okay.
However, the lack of an independent audit does cast a shadow of doubt.
I agree. All right, so we need to stick to the facts here,
Right.
but this is definitely something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely.
So let's take a step back for a second.
Okay.
We've got a company
Uh-huh.
that's in the middle of a major restructuring.
A major restructuring, yes.
They're spinning off this cement business
Hmm.
that seems to be struggling.
Right.
And we've got this subsidiary
Yeah.
with some potentially questionable financial dealings.
Yeah.
What does this all mean
Yeah, what does it all mean?
for the future of Kesoram Industries?
That is the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And to answer that, we need to dig a little deeper.
Okay.
Let's take a closer look at the performance of Kesoram's remaining businesses and see if we can glean any insights into their strategy going forward.
All right, I'm ready to dive back in.
Let's do it.
Let's see what other secrets these financial statements hold.
I love it.
Okay, so let's look at how Kesoram's other businesses are doing. What can you tell us about their rayon, transparent paper, and chemicals segments?
Right.
Are they showing signs of strength or weakness?
So those segments brought in Orsia 65.49 crore in revenue for the quarter,
Okay.
but they still ended up with a loss of 13.58 crore. So it seems like, yeah, while the demerger might help Kesoram streamline their operations, they clearly need to focus on boosting the profitability of these remaining businesses.
So getting rid of the cement business doesn't solve all their problems.
It doesn't solve everything.
They
no.
can't just rely on one segment to carry the whole company.
Exactly.
What do you think their long-term plan might be?
Yeah.
Do the reports offer any clues about their future direction?
Well, these financial statements primarily focus on the past and present.
Right.
They don't lay out, a detailed roadmap for the future,
Sure.
which is understandable.
Yeah.
But we can look for clues and try to make some educated guesses.
Okay.
For instance, the demerger suggests that they're prioritizing their other core businesses.
So they're betting on rayon and chemicals.
Yeah.
Do they see more growth potential there?
Potentially, yeah.
Are they, maybe gearing up for some major investment in research and development, or expanding their product lines, or exploring new markets?
All possibilities worth considering.
Yeah.
This demerger could be the first step in a much larger strategic shift for Kesoram.
Okay.
It'll be interesting to see how they leverage this moment to kind of reshape their business.
It is really fascinating to see a company like Kesoram go through such a dramatic transformation.
It is. It is.
Like they're hitting the reset button, trying to reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
But, we can't forget about Signet Industries.
Right.
That lack of an independent audit is still a big question mark.
Yeah.
Hanging over Kesoram.
It is.
What are the potential implications of that?
Yeah.
And how could it affect their future?
Well, the lack of an independent audit for Signet is a significant concern. It could signal deeper problems within the subsidiary. Or problems Kesoram might be trying to keep under wraps.
So they're hiding something.
Potentially.
Okay.
It raises a lot of questions about Signet's financial health and transparency.
That's not good. Like, what are some possible scenarios here?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the best case scenario?
Yeah.
And what's the worst case?
So best case scenario, this is simply an oversight.
Okay.
Or maybe Signet's financials are just complex.
Yeah.
And they're still working on getting them audit ready.
Okay.
But worst case scenario,
Yeah.
it could point to serious financial irregularities.
Well, no.
Potentially even fraud.
Oh, wow.
This could lead to investigations,
Yeah.
penalties, and a significant hit to Kesoram's reputation and stock price.
Yeah. That's a scary thought.
It is.
It sounds like the stakes are pretty high for Kesoram right now.
They are.
They're making these gold moves with the demerger,
Right.
but they're also carrying some, potentially heavy baggage with Signet.
Yeah, it's a delicate balancing act.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so crucial to look beyond the surface
Yeah.
and really analyze all aspects of a company's performance. The numbers tell a story, but it's up to us to interpret that story and understand the underlying dynamics at play.
They've got that, right? I mean, these financial statements are like a window into the soul of a company.
They are.
They reveal their ambitions, their struggles, their vulnerabilities.
I love it.
And as we've seen with Kesoram,
Yeah.
there's always more than meets the eye.
Always more to the story.
So as we move into the final part of our deep dive,
Okay.
let's shift our focus to the implications of all of this
Yeah.
for Kesoram's long-term trajectory.
The big picture.
Yeah. Will they emerge from this transformation stronger and more resilient? Or will these challenges prove too great to overcome?
Good questions.
We've really uncovered a lot about Kesoram Industries,
Well, yeah.
a company that's, shedding its skin, so to speak.
Yeah.
But will this demerger truly unlock value for their shareholders? Will it be the key to a brighter future?
Well, that's the million-dollar question.
It is.
The demerger is a complex process with a lot of moving parts.
Right.
And as we've seen, Kesoram is facing other challenges too, you know, the performance of their remaining businesses and the mystery surrounding Signet Industries.
Right. It's not a simple problem solved
Yeah.
just because they spun off the cement business.
Right.
There's still a lot of work ahead.
There is.
What are the key factors that will determine whether this demerger is ultimately successful?
Well, there are several crucial factors to consider.
Right.
First, how smoothly can they integrate the cement business with Ultratech? Can they improve the profitability of their other segments?
Okay.
And of course, there's the looming question of Signet.
Right.
What will they do about that situation?
So many questions.
A lot of uncertainty.
So much uncertainty, yeah. It feels like we're watching a real-life business thriller unfold here.
It does.
If Kesoram wants to come out on top, they need to have a solid plan.
Absolutely.
What kind of strategic moves should they be making right now?
Well, to ensure the demerger's success, they need to focus on a few key areas.
Okay.
First, a seamless integration of that cement business with Ultratech is crucial.
Okay.
This will involve careful planning and execution to minimize disruption and maximize synergies. Second, they need to prioritize the profitability of their remaining segments.
Right.
This could involve restructuring, cost-cutting measures, or investments in innovation and growth.
Okay.
And finally, they need to address the situation with Signet.
Yeah.
Transparency and decisive action are paramount here, whether that means taking steps to improve Signet's financial health or potentially divesting the subsidiary. They need to act swiftly and decisively.
It sounds like Kesoram's at a crossroads.
Yeah, they are.
This demerger could be a springboard to a brighter future.
It could.
But they need to navigate these challenges effectively.
Absolutely.
It's a high-stakes game with a lot riding on their next moves.
It is, and it's a reminder that business is rarely straightforward.
Yeah.
There are always complexities, uncertainties, and risks to manage.
Right.
The key is to make informed decisions.
Yeah.
Adapt to changing circumstances, and never lose sight of the long-term goals.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Kesoram Industries,
Okay.
I want to leave you with one final thought.
Okay.
We've uncovered a lot of information.
Yeah.
But it's really just the tip of the iceberg.
It is.
There's so much more to explore.
Right.
And the story is still unfolding.
This is just the beginning of Kesoram's next chapter.
Ooh, I like that.
Will they emerge stronger and more resilient? Will the mystery of Signet be resolved?
Right.
Only time will tell.
Yeah.
But I encourage you to continue your own exploration. Keep an eye on their news and announcements. Research their competitors.
Okay.
And delve deeper into their financials.
Yeah.
You might be surprised by what you discover.
That's the beauty of the deep dive.
It is.
There's always something new to learn.
Always.
Keep questioning.
Yeah.
Keep exploring. And until next time,
Until next time,
happy diving.
happy diving.